those of you who are somehow unaware, Mortal Kombat has a long history of providing the most graphic, exciting, ridiculous fatalities in any video game ever. The gore, the comedy, the creativity, all will be on display as we rate the Mortal Kombat 1 fatalities that just came out. I don't think that there are any bad fatalities because as someone who's played Mortal Kombat since it came out in the arcades, the fatalities were always something to look forward to. It wasn't something to skip. If you knew the inputs or if you got to see them live, it was a celebration. We're gonna go from 1 being pretty basic, 10 being like, ho, 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 this is insane. So let's get right into the fatalities. I got a beer. Can't rate a fatality without a beer. This is Scorpion's first fatality.
Fatality. Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
That's where we're starting? See, this is the danger of starting with Scorpion. I thought he would be a 5, right? And that if that's a 5, then we're in big trouble. And we can't start our fatalities at a 10. I'm gonna go with a solid 7. It was cool. It was creative. I love the fact that these chains somehow get stronger only when you use them in fatality. And when it came back through the eyes, gimme, gimme, yes. Bonus points for Stryker pulling up with his handgun and just standing there for effect.
Fatality. Scorpion wins.
Come
Flawless
on.
victory.
That's sick. Said the line, check. It had all of the cool weapons and cameos from previous Mortal Kombats, check. Leaving the corpse on the ground and then posing over it with the skull still in its head, a burned and incinerating corpse falling out of it, check. That is a 9. So now I'm gonna start just at the far left.
Fatality. Kitana wins.
I'm gonna give that one the more of the baseline. There's your 5 right there, and that might be moved down. You can guess what's gonna happen, so there's no surprise factor, and you get a little chop suey. Okay, cool. It chops up the feet, it goes through the brains, we get it in a blender, and then blah. Oh, wait!
Fatality. Kitana wins.
This one I kind of take personally because it's like reverse how my dates felt all through high school and college when I went in for the goodnight kiss. And I feel like that's how they felt. So this one conjures up bad memories. That's a 1. That's a PTSD out of 10. Not a fan. The vomit was too similar.
Fatality. Mileena wins. Flawless victory.
Oh my God. I'm taking this one personally. This is a lot like how it was at prom night and date night. No, I'm kidding. She ate the brain, then took another ghastly bite. I love the initial side to the side of the head where it swings to the side and you get the blood spatter on the camera. That's a pretty good one, but I'm gonna say it's not as good as what we had earlier. It's close, but I'm gonna give that an 8. I'm gonna give that an 8. Yeah, you're right. I got it.
Mileena wins.
All right.
Victory.
That's I'm gonna give that a straight 5. It's a 5. Turn of the crank, crunch, crunch, toss, done. 5.
Fatality. Fatality. Tanya wins.
Okay. Okay.
Flawless victory.
I like that one. I didn't know she had mage hands. I've never seen this character. So when she was able to get like a spectral assistance, that was cool to me. That is a straight 7 though.
Fatality. Tanya wins.
Okay.
Flawless victory.
That his head technically went through his asshole. He was split from neck to navel. Anytime that you get a split like that, it's pretty good. That's a 6. I think she has my least favorite besides, you know, Kitana's horrible PTSD one. Nothing special. I have high expectations for Rain. I think this is, I'm gonna call it right now, one of his 2 are going to be an 8 or better.
Fatality. Rain wins. Flawless victory.
That was not it for me. Maybe if that was blood, that would have been better. But with it being jello, it really dulled that one. That's a 4.
Fatality. Rain wins.
I like that
Flawless
one.
victory.
I thought that was way better. I don't think he gets the 8 that I thought. Sometimes you go fatalities, you gotta go goofy with it. And this one had like the cool folding chair. And then it was, you know, there's the extra added incentive of the head getting popped off. And I thought, okay, that's not enough. And then we get the head stomp. I think that's better than the 2. That gets a 6. Let's see if, how this one looks.
Fatality. Smoke wins.
Okay, that was
Flawless
great.
victory.
That's what we're looking for. Somebody at the dev team's a smoke fan. Now we're back on track. Now we're cutting off limbs and we're throwing smoke canisters. And it didn't just blow up. It didn't just blow up the head, which is what I thought it was gonna be. And I was like, oh, okay. And then you had the entire lower part of his face getting blown off. And then the best part was Jax comes in and it's an ad for lung cancer. I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 don't smoke. That's fair. Let's try the next one.
Fatality. Smoke wins. Flawless victory.
I don't like that one. That's a 3. I'm gonna tell you right now, if one of Sub-Zero's is not an 8 or better,
Treasure.
I don't know what we're doing here.
Finish him. Fatality. Sub-Zero wins. Flawless
That's a
victory.
7. That's great. It's a 7. It's a 7. It's like above average. You get some cool dismemberment. And what really sells it is the face sliding down an ice spire. The slide is the payoff, 7 out of 10. Sub-Zero, though, I expect this next one to use more of the frost powers on the enemy.
Fatality. Sub-Zero. Flawless victory.
I like that one. That does reach, that's up there. I think that's the 8 that I was looking for. You can recreate that in the shower. Not to death. Not to kill someone, but I meant like with your face. You could like press it up against the shower. At least now we get to see Reptile on Reptile crime. 10. There we can go.
Flawless
There we
victory.
go. That's a 10. That's a 10. That's what we're looking for. This is the exact thing that we're looking for. We were all thinking the same thing. We were saying like, oh man, he ate him. I mean, it was cool. There was the invisibility powder, you know, the power where he shows up behind you and he takes the bite. Oh, great. That's it. He vomited him up and then killed him, like, for sure, for sure.
Fatality.
Oh, yeah.
Reptile wins. Flawless victory.
That's great. That's still way up there. That's an 8. What sells this one is we're going back to the creative part where the guy, when you try to grab the thing off of you and it melts your f***ing hands off. That's when the realization seeps in that you're like, there's nothing to be done. And he catches the head and it's a callback to his old school MK2 tongue bite head done. I have very low expectations for Li Mei. I feel like this is gonna start at a 2.
Fatality. Li Mei.
Okay. I was wrong.
Flawless victory.
I was wrong. I was wrong. In my wildest imagination, I didn't know that she would use the long intestines as a fuse to blow up a head that she had kicked into the sky. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. I'm gonna make a new manifesto rule. Anytime that intestines are used as fuses, is a 9. It's just right. It's just a personal preference. It doesn't even matter if it's boring.
Fatality. Li Mei wins. Flawless victory.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That's not a 10. That's not a 10. That's not a 10. But there are two things I like about it. I feel like the first 75% of it was not good, but I like that where it ends. But that's like a Gambit Jubilee Wombo combo. So I'm gonna give it a 7. Way better than I anticipated. I swear to God, if this does not have a copious amount of chopping, I hope we get one of the ninja-y cool where you dash through it and then it does like 15 cuts behind it. That's what I would like. But I'm not gonna say it's not. I'm not. We'll see.
Fatality. Kenshi wins. Flawless victory.
I wanted to see Kenshi do more of the work. I'm gonna give that a 6. I'm not a fan of that one.
Fatality.
Okay. That's like watching
Flawless
Picasso
victory.
paint. Anytime we do one of these, I can't even be bothered. That's close enough to what I wanted with him slashing through and then it being overdone and all that. I like that one. I would hire him as a butcher. I'm gonna give that a 7. My man Baraka, please. I'm expecting at least one bite somewhere. With Baraka, you move the goalposts. You're not even looking for creativity. You're looking for brutal. We don't need to slice his head off and put it over a Tartakan fire, and then he takes a bite like it's a barbecue. No, we want it to be gory. We want it to be savage. We want it to tap into all those little bloodlusts that we're not, that's why we're not supposed to play these games.
Fatality.
Oh, no, you needed one more thing there.
Victory.
You needed like one more thing. I'm sorry, Baraka. It's a 3, man. Some of your combos look more deadly than that. That's all right. He's gonna redeem himself. He's gonna have the biggest range from 3 to 9. I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Baraka wins.
Okay.
Flawless victory.
I was somehow very close with my description earlier. I feel like, sure, it's not a fuse, right? But there was, I'm giving that a 10. I actually said what I don't want is for him to chop off the head and cook it like it's over a Tarkatan fire. And I got something way better. I feel like the biggest question is it well cooked? I think it's a little bit closer to raw. I prefer medium rare. It's more of a blue, but I feel like we're gonna give it a 10. Good job, Baraka. You redeemed yourself.
Fatality. Geras wins. Flawless victory.
Okay. I wish they had stayed an extra second or two on the sand. And I'm not supposed to do this, but having Sonya Blade salute it like it's some sort of an American tradition to slam your discarded opponent feet up in some weird thing and going like this adds to my score of it by a lot. It was like a 5, but the Sonya Blade salute elevated it to a 7.5. That's what's elevating that one. Oh!
Fatality. Geras wins. Flawless victory.
I love this one. It's an eternal loop, yes, and the fact that I was as confused as Reptile looking at his own decapitated head is enough for me. And the fact that it is an endless loop is just awesome. That was a 10.
Fatality. Shang Tsung wins.
I love it.
Flawless victory.
I love it. Also reminds me of when I went to Shakey's Pizza. The Aftermath. Very similar vibes. I like that one. That's a 9 out of 10.
Fatality. Shang Tsung wins. Flawless victory.
I feel like that one's a 9 as well. I'm gonna go 9 for both those. I love that ending vignette though. That is not Reptile's spine. I think that's Shang Tsung's weird dragon pet. All right, so here we go again, right? We're back into that moment. Shao Kahn, we're not looking for creativity. We're looking for
Finish him.
brutal.
Fatality. General Shao.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Flawless victory.
All right, look, even if I don't want to give it a 10, it is exactly what I asked for. You hit him like it's a golf swing at Top Golf, then you catch him in the air, and you get, what if Zangief went full power? It's goofy, it's brutal, and then it smacks them into, it fits him perfectly. I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10 on that one. I like that. That looks far to me, but okay.
Fatality. General Shao wins. Flawless victory.
I didn't like that one. That's not for me. Not enough. It's not enough. That's not what we're looking for. If I was looking to make an example in front of my soldiers as an outer realm, outer realm Legion leader, needs more brutalness. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. 4. Well, we got Sindel, a crowd favorite.
Who's your queen?
Fatality. Sindel wins. Flawless victory.
Okay, that one I like. This one has two cool things going for it. One is I love when you get some vocal interaction. You know, I would butcher it. If it was me and I was about to do something like that, I'd go, who's your daddy? And then it would be, the moment would be lost and the guy might even be laughing even though I've ripped his arms off. She nailed it perfectly. The pose was good. And also, who doesn't, I mean, like, just the thought of having hair, that gross feeling of hair into where your arms used to be. I'm gonna give that I'm giving that an
8. Fatality. Sindel wins. Flawless victory.
Not a huge fan of this one, primarily because that is the visual representation of what most of your comments are about my stream. I felt like that one was also too personal out of 10. I really felt like it went beyond a fatality and the team made it personal about me. So I'm gonna say that that's I'll give it a PremierTwo out of 10. You know what? There's a lot to do there. There's a lot to literally unpack. You know, you have your standard chopping off some limbs. I've never seen where they grab the rib cage and it's like almost like it's stuck and you're pulling it down and his eyes are bulging out. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Fatality. Reiko wins. Flawless victory.
All right, I'm just gonna give that a what the out of 10. We had all the ridiculous damage that was done. His legs are the opposite direction of his body, with his reversed hands still impaling his deflated face like an old birthday balloon that's out 4 months after your birthday. Then you have Reiko trying to be way too serious and posing in the background. He made sure to get 0 blood on his face. That's an easy 10.
Fatality. Raiden wins. Flawless victory.
I like that. I think anytime that you physically transport yourself in between the hole that you made in someone's body and then split them, I would give it a high score. But I feel like with the power of electricity, just give me more sound effects, give me more electricity, give me more smoke. So I'm gonna give it a 6. I need more smoke from there.
Fatality. Raiden wins.
Motherfucker! That's way better. I mean, it's not graphic, but at least it has a lot of cool references. If they had kept the "Are you mama lit?" I would have given it a 10. But I'm gonna give it a solid. I'm gonna give that an 8. There's got to be a dragon. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's a 10. That's a 10er. We had the cool graphics, 2 dragons pulling it apart, and it could have just ended with him exploding. Nope, we dragged his head to the ground. Very good.
Fatality. Liu Kang wins. Flawless victory.
What? What? Why didn't we do this in the game? We had a black hole the entire time? I'm gonna dock it a point for it not being in the game proper. 9 out of 10.
Johnny Cage.
Oh, come on, Johnny.
Reptile.
I need you to be good. I need Johnny Cage to be... Now we're not going brutal anymore. Now we're going with creativity.
Talk about talent. Meet Hollywood's newest star.
Fatality. Johnny Cage.
I love that.
Flawless victory.
That's great. That's fantastic. That's a 10. He put his face as a Hollywood star of fame with the name Reptile. Do you know how long that took to set up for him? And he's got his blood coming out of his nose. And he shared it on social media. So he's a kick streamer. Great. So it touches a bunch of different bases that I never expected. And they're both making duck faces. It's incredible. All right, that's great. No! Yes!
Vroom, vroom. And boom.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
Vroom, vroom. 10. These are great ideas. Johnny Cage is probably going to win, though. Double 10s. Okay, we got Kung Lao, often mocked. Let's see if he can fix it.
Fatality. Kung Lao wins.
You know what?
Flawless victory.
I know that we just saw Johnny Cage, so I'm trying not to focus on that. But I feel like that is a very Kung Lao fatality. He made sure to use the hat, which he's got to do. But I like that he had some artistry with it this time. It's a classic throwback. I'm going to give it a 6.
Fatality. Kung Lao wins. Flawless victory.
Wow, that's an interesting one. Takes some courage, put himself in the line of fire of that hat, and I think that's pretty damn cool. I'm gonna give that an 8. I liked it. I think it's cool. Okay, here we go.
Fatality.
That's...
Ashrah wins. Flawless victory.
I mean, the sucky thing is that it's boring, but I like the effects of like what her character kit has. I like all the cool spikes, and hey, you know what? I'm a sucker for holy fire. It's a 3. It's a 3. Thank you, Rick.
Fatality. Ashrah wins. Flawless victory.
I'm sorry. It's just... It's a double 3 for me. Just didn't give the oomph that I was looking for. Something tells me no matter how this plays out, you guys are not gonna like it.
Sonya Blade.
I can already tell this is not gonna be popular, but I think there's gonna be really, I think we're gonna have some surprises here. We're gonna have some blood-sucking magic.
Nitara wins.
Come on!
Victory.
That's cool. You guys are giving a negative score because of a grunt that she made. Tiny vampiric bats flew in through his mouth, and then she created an escape hatch for them, and now they're blood-soaked in the background. That's at the very least a 7.
Fatality. Nitara
Where's his body?
Flawless victory.
Where's the skin? I think I'm a sucker for intestines. We've already established it now. It's like, I guess just cutting off a head or exploding a body part just doesn't do it. I mean, it wasn't weak. She dragged a person. I mean, 6.5 then. I'll go halfway with you. Can I get a boneless reptile? Yes, sir, right away. Let's kill it.
Fatality. Havik wins. Flawless victory.
He took out his own heart, put it inside of Reptile's, took Reptile's heart and squeezed it, which exploded his own heart. And it looks like he damaged himself a lot, but Jax found it amusing. I think the fact that Reptile or the victim would be so confused takes away from the mortal terror of their own impending death. And so that effect lowers the score. They'd be like, what is happening? 3 out of 10. Okay. That's much better. That's great. That's great. He kicked him and his own leg broke, so he kicked him again with the bone splint that was stuck out of him. And then he had to do it again with his arm and just cut him from neck to navel with his busted up arm. Camera work on point, 9 out of 10. He redeemed himself.
Fatality. Havik wins. Flawless victory.
That's so f***ing stupid. That's what, his Mortal Kombat 3 fatality? All right, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I love Jax. Jax is one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna concede that is f***ing stupid. 10 out of 10. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless
What an
victory.
Omega L. That's a 1. The best part was Johnny Cage filming it. That was such a 1. Boo.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
3, nothing special. I like.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins.
Yes.
Flawless victory.
Yes. Classic. Everybody is f***ing dead. 10 out of 10. What a great vignette final shot, too.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
I mean, it's this original. It's the original Kano fatality. But I would have gone with give him a voice line. I'll give it a 2. I'll give it 1 point because it sucked as a... And then I'm gonna give it a bonus point because it's his original fatality. She should go with the inflatable kiss blow up.
Fatality. Johnny Cage.
Oh yeah, they did turn into fire in the first game
victory.
or whatever. This is, okay, so the cameos are just throwbacks. 2 for the same reason as Kano.
Fatality.
I'm sorry, I love this.
Johnny Cage wins.
I love this fatality.
Flawless victory.
I'm gonna give it at least a 5. I love it because when I saw that shit in Mortal Kombat 3 at Good Time Charlie's in the arcade or whatever, the coin op, it was just so wild to me that he would have this compactor in and smash you in it.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
Ice, cool bone. I like the femur. 4.
Fatality.
Stryker, you're so lame. I love it. I love Stryker. He's so dumb. The fact that Stryker is supposed to be like America's super cop is hilarious. I mean, I'm a nostalgic guy. He was my main, so I'm gonna say 7.5. I'm assuming arms are being ripped off here. Great.
Fatality.
Nice job, Goro.
Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory.
A nice 6. Ending on a 6 with the Goro, man. Nice job. Goro, nice job. There you have it. Those are your Mortal Kombat fatalities. Which was your favorite? Let me know. I'm curious. Mine's gotta be, obviously, Johnny Cage. Double 10s. Mwah. But let me know what your favorite was in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the stream and this. You can find me live on twitch.tv/PremierTwo. I'll see you next time.